Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Hip Hop Babies. Today we got our top 10 of 2022. Start off the new year right, and we got a whole bunch of albums. I actually did a top 50 list, and so much excitement, we don't even need it. So
over prepared, but we love to see it because that means you got a lot of honorable mentions. It also means this year was good. I think this was a good year for music, especially hip hop overall. A lot of people came back, dropped like really good albums. It was hard to pick even 15.
Literally everybody who has not dropped music since like 2017. So we got a lot. Some of the people have been put higher because of that. That's just what it is. All right, so we're gonna do our top 15s. I'm gonna go first, and I'm not ready to go. 15, I got a Lucid. I Told Bessie. 14, I got Pusha T. It's Almost Dry. 13, I got Conway the Machine. God Don't Make Mistakes. 12, I got The Weeknd. Dawn FM. 11, I got Mavi. Laughing So Hard It Hurts. 10, I got Steve Lacy. Gemini Rights. 9, I got Young Slowby, Southeast. 8, I got Bodie, Nick Craven, Fair Exchange, No Robbery. 7, I got Smino, Love for Rent. 6, I got Kenny Mason, Ruffs. 5, I got Jid, The Forever Story. 4, I got Denzel Curry, Melt Your Eyes, See My Future. 3, I got Future, I Never Liked You. 2, I got Billy Woods, Ethiops. And then number 1, I got Big Kenny, Big Steppa.
Yeah.
You know what it is, Mr. Morale.
We know what
had to be that way. Yeah, I'm ready. Let's get it.
All right, let's go. Starting from 15. 15, Jay Worthy, Larry June, London Drugs, 2 Peas in a Pod. 14, Vince Staples, Ramona Park, Broke My Heart. 13, Joey Badass, 2000. 12, Earl Sweatshirt, Sick. 11, Bodie James and the Real Bad Man, Killing Nothing. 10, Little Sims, No Thank You. 9, Conway the Machine, God Don't Make Mistakes. 8, Pusha T, It's Almost Dry. 7, Kenny Mason, Ruffs. 6, Billy Woods, Ethiops. 5, Bodie James and Nicholas Craven, Fair Exchange and No Robbery. 4, Denzel Curry, Melt My Eyes, See Your Future. 3, Smino, Love for Rent. 2, Jid, The Forever Story. And 1, Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
Big surprise. A lot of similarities there, man. Not too far apart. I'm a little surprised. I thought you were gonna throw me some curveballs this year. You usually do. I mean, you usually got something, bro.
Nah, this year was pretty consistent as far as what I liked, what I didn't like. I thought I'd find something different, or maybe like some album that was like, oh, we didn't really talk about this one, but really what we talked about this year was what we really liked. I feel like, because really a lot of the artists we were waiting for, or the artists we were thinking were gonna drop, they drop quality projects.
It's tough when you got so many people like that you waiting on a drop for anybody else new to kind of break through. This is definitely like a return year for a lot of artists just because COVID, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It all just kind of culminated to this year. So amazing year for music for me. I didn't know the rules were only rap only, so I put a couple of curveballs on there. I put The Weeknd and Steve Lacy on there. Steve Lacy actually above The Weeknd. You salty about that, bro? You want to put somebody on there, bro? You gonna shout out your favorite R&B artist this year?
I might put Weeknd in there. Beyonce would have been maybe in there. It did have some R&B soul in it, of course. It's Beyonce. That would have been maybe in my top 15. I played that album a lot. But Steve Lacy, I can't complain because Steve Lacy, even though he doesn't rap, you know, his music is great. So you know me, I'm all over too. So it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, Steve Lacy's just different, bro. Gemini Rights is different, bro. Like every song on there hit. So, and I just love the instrumentation. I love his singing. I love his style. Everything he went for, I think he killed it concept wise on every song. So I just had to put him in there. There was no denying him out of my top 10 this year. I want to highlight you got Vince Staples, Ramona Park, Broke My Heart on there, right? What made you put that on there?
That album really hit. It was a really personal album. I feel like his self-titled album from last year was personal, but this one connected with me. It kind of gave me Summertime '06 vibes as far as like the connection he tried to make with a certain period or a certain process in his life. I liked it. I liked a lot of the tracks on it, and a lot of it grew on me over time. I think when it dropped, I kind of was like, oh yeah, it's cool. It's another Vince Staples album. But a lot of those tracks grew on me when I continued to listen. I think he tried to change the sound a little bit, maybe make it a little more contemporary, but I liked it because of that almost. It was like, okay, This is
Yeah,
kind of where I
man.
see you anyway. You know, you work with these artists before. I can see you working with Lil Baby and some of these people, so it fit.
Bro, I think you was hating a little bit when it first came out because I was definitely a little bit more tapped into this as soon as it came out.
I hold Vince to a high standard though. So when it
Yeah,
first dropped, if I'm not really feeling it, you know how you were kind of saying with like, I can't think of an album, but you said that with a few albums where it's like you weren't really feeling it at first, and when it grew on you to the point where it's like, oh, okay, I was tripping.
yeah. This one crazy, man. I mean, from the moment the single came out, Magic. I mean, that was crazy. And then we heard East Point Prayer. I mean, I heard a couple people who told me they didn't like it personally because it's a little slower, right? Like I like that he changed it up and he got Lil Baby to do something different on his album. The Mustard, Bang That is crazy.
Magic.
A Free the Homies, DJ Quick, Slide, Paper Cuts. I was slept.
Yeah,
all of those.
Slide is one of those tracks I still play. Like I said, like some of the tracks became relevant later. Throughout this year, I started going out more. That made me listen to different music. You know what I'm saying? You know, I like to stay inside, especially when I was mainly only working from home. So, but a lot of the introspective or really deep albums still were on my list. That's why I had to sneak Little Sims in there because last year her album was amazing, and this year it was really good. I don't know if I like it more, but I like certain tracks a lot, and they really connected. So I had to fit it in the 10, even though it recently just came out, and it was a fighting spot for those last few spots, even the 10th spot. It was like, dang, should I really put Lil Sims here or should I put someone else who held my attention maybe, throughout the year? But I have a feeling that one's going to be higher when I look back on it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad we did 15 then. You also got Joey Badass 2000 and the 1999 sequel, bro.
Yes.
That was doing it for you. That impressed you.
Yeah, it impressed me because, you take a long break and Joey Badass, I'm not like a super fan of his or I always liked his music. I always thought he made solid projects, but for him to come back with a project after so long and for those tracks to really hit the way they did for me, like Make Me Feel, Survivor's Guilt, he really touched on mental health. And I think that was a big focus for me this year. A lot of the albums I talked about mental health are coming up from where you came from, change in your life, but also recognizing where you come from and how you've made it from that. I think that's why Kendrick Lamar is at number 1 for me as well, because that album touched a lot about, trauma and stuff like that. And even though it's hard to listen to sometimes, but when you do listen to it in the right moment, and even some of the tracks like Mr. Morale will really pump up to me, it was really energetic.
Yeah, even though the messages behind them, not even something to be pumped up about. It's cool, man. It's awesome. With AC, actually, I saw the show live, and it was phenomenal. Probably the reason why it's at number 1 for me. There's multiple reasons. I mean, I really should break it down. The rollout was insane. The Heart Part 5 doesn't get enough credit for the video, and then for the actual song that it was insane. Right? And then the rollout with being on Keem's album, right? Like PG Lang just started and it was amazing, right? That was his promo run for his album. Then the album dropped, insane. Then he does the tour, crazy. The stagemanship, the showmanship was top notch. He's got so much money now, he's just able to do whatever he wants creatively. And now he's dropping the videos and he's still keeping this album alive, in front of your face, And I just don't think anybody has been able to do that. The presence of the album, the relevance of the album throughout the year, this has been the one. And then the concept of the album, obviously, mental health therapy, like you're talking. That's a real chart mover for me as well. I mean, that's why Denzel's up there. That's why Jizz up there. Smino is up there. The concept of love.
My top 5 besides Boldy was mainly conceptual or really introspective albums. Jid being so high, it damn near was fighting for number 1 with Kendrick for me. The only reason why I didn't put it up there is because I think I'm a big Kendrick fan. I've been a Kendrick fan. So for him to come back with an album that was impactful for me, again, as usual, really resonated with me. Jid's up there. You could argue it's better. I know a lot of people might say Jid's album was better, but Jid, to me, it just didn't impact me as much. We had to wait for it a little bit. And he came back, guns a-blazing, dope features, everything. Smino, I feel like I put Smino in there because, yes, it was about love. Love, big topic as usual. And I think that it was playful enough to where when I'm doing stuff, I could just play it casually. And it basically rode ever since it came out. Ever since it came out, I've been playing it, And Billy, I was surprised you had Billy so high, considering that, I'm a Billy fan. But Billy could have been higher. It's just I kind of went back in and out with the album because it's so deep. So deep. It's so dark too with some of the topics. But I love that you had it that high because that album's amazing too. Billy's one of a kind. He's on a roll. You feel me? Just like Bodie.
Any concept that just really drew me to the project is really what caught my ear this year. Everybody who I'm listening to or I'm looking for has something in technical ability or something that is just off the wall crazy, super good. I put Jid at 5, but Jid could easily be 1. I put Denzel at 4, but he could easily be 1. Future I put at 3. He could easily be 1. No, I'm just fucking with you.
Nah, he could be 1 for you. Don't cap. You know, Future could be 1 for you.
All right, bro. Out of everybody who has slappers, bro. Future had the Future had the most. I'm sorry. Like, that's just
it was banging,
bro.
It was banging. I was slapping that shit.
The whole thing, bro. I mean, that's why The Weeknd on there too. He had 12 because he had the hits, man. Like, you know, the real hits with like everybody. I gotta give him something for that. Future, the real no. He got all the real bangers. So
I gotta ask. I was asking about it earlier. You having Billy Wiz number 2 surprised me. I gotta get on it. What made that album resonate with you so much? What made it really like bang?
The first time I listened to this album, I was on a plane and I spent way too much money on this goddamn plane and that shit pissed me off. I had a bad day at the airport and I put this shit on, bro, and it was just like me just like sitting there and like my sullen sadness, pissed off, listening to Billy Wiz, telling the flight attendant, give me my ginger ale and shit.
Perfect.
You know, it really just hit at a different level at that. I feel like you just have to be in the moment. The scene that he sets on this is so dark and so like jarring, but yet so much just reality that is crazy. I think that's really what did it for me. It was just you can listen to this album and you can be like, this is the darkest thing I've ever heard, right?
Yeah.
But like I could tell you like all the relevant stuff in this album that is just the, you know, the daily life for some of the people who live in this nation, in this world. It's all just about perspective, man. I always appreciate the opposite perspective, even though I don't really feel the same way that Billy does about the world. You gotta accept what everybody has to say. So this shit just hit, bro. Like that.
Yeah, dope
features on here.
Dope beats. Oh my god. Yeah, we didn't review this one, unfortunately, but yeah, definitely one of the best albums. Lyrically, one of the best albums this year. Billy, every feature on there went in. I think that's why I had to take some breaks from it, because lyrically it's so in your face. It's like, god damn, sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But when you really sit through it, that's the top tier Billy album. I was surprised though in myself because Pusha T I thought would be higher, but I kind of fell out with it throughout the year.
I was gonna say to you, bro, I was about to get on you, bro. You was talking all this about Pusha T earlier in the year. You was like, Pusha T gonna be top 5 for sure.
I thought it was
at 8.
But I mean, that's still up there. You know, this was a good year, like I said. It wasn't as good as Daytona, man. And not only that, some of the songs didn't grow on me as much as I thought they would. Like On the Bluff, I think. And there was another one on there. I'm like, okay, these are cool, but they're not my favorite. So I think that's why I had to drop down the list, because as you go up, I didn't like all the tracks on the other album. Even Conway, I like all the tracks. It kind of faded with me in the year, but when I was listening to it, that album was great too. Really introspective, really deep, you know, talking about
for sure
how much he thanks God pretty much for surviving and how he's meant to be here and he's put in the work. I damn near should have put that album higher looking back, but put it there kind of because I was like, I didn't play it as much throughout the year.
Yeah, I didn't either, so that's why I mean, usually it's a combination of relevance to me and relevance to everybody else. I put it at 13. I literally have a top 50 this year, and I did that without even thinking about it, just because there's so many albums. I was like, I have to put this on here, and I was like, you can't put all of these on here. So, but Conway, yeah, for sure. Some of the songs on there,
crazy. Here, guys, that was crazy. Lil Wayne, Rick Ross,
killing,
getting those type of features with Conway. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need more of that. Other features, of course, you know, held their own. The deeper songs, the slower songs were crazy. Conway did his thing on that album.
Chanel Pearls, Guilty, drum work. I mean, just good God, bro. Like, front to back. Yeah, this is one of my favorite Conway projects. Not as good as From a King to a God for me personally, but definitely a more personal Conway album. You get to learn a lot more about Conway himself on this one. I want to talk about real quick. You got Boldy James on there 2 times. Is he that nice, bro?
Boldy's on a run, but Boldy should be talked about more, I think, in the hip hop sphere. He definitely deserves more props, more praise online. His albums are up there in the hip hop world. I mean, the way he rhymes about, you know, his past. I know sometimes people aren't into the flow or the fact they say like his flow sounds the same, but I don't know. I feel like he switches it up enough for me, especially with the producers he works with. And then topic wise, he knows how to talk about what he talks about in so many varied ways. It's fine to me. Another year where he drops like 3 projects and they're all damn near fighting for a spot on my list, and I had to put 2 of them on there. I almost swapped one of them just cause, but I couldn't because I was playing those albums so much when they dropped. Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, Killing Nothing was great, bro. I love that he got Real Bad Man for the production, and we learned that Real Bad Man is not just one person, bro. It's like a conglomerate. Like, that shit's so fucking awesome. So
yes,
I love Bully too. I had him at 8 for the Nicholas Craven. I only put him on there once just to be fair to everybody else.
Well, you had R&B, I had Boldy twice. We'll let certain stuff slide.
Exactly.
And the reason why I put the Fair Exchange No Robbery so high is because Nick Craven with the beats, man. Oh my God, them soul samples are so tight. It just put it above for me. Just the way Boldy's flowing on top of him. I love it when he kills the samples. I mean, you know, it is what it is. It's a cheat code, you know. That's why him and Alchemist work so well too, you know.
Nick said he was a fan. He was trying to think of, as a fan, what I want to hear Boldy on. So
yes,
I heard that he might be getting on the Dilla tape soon.
If he does that, it's over. That's Detroit. That's 2 of Detroit's fight. Like, he's damn near the best from Detroit right now for me as far as rapping. What I'm looking for. I mean, I know people might say Babyface or Babytron. Babytron dropped some solid stuff this year too, but not like that. But
it was cool.
To me, Boldy holds that torch because he knows how to lyrically go at it, and I like his beats enough where they could just, you know, ride or whatever I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So we both had Kenny Mason. I remember we were really high on this project. Russ,
I had it at 6, which is what you had it at initially.
I did, yeah, and I moved to 7. So we basically had it at the same place, damn near. Yeah, this project, I feel like this project holds like the fusion torch for me as far as like, it definitely is rap, but you know, some of the songs are more rocky or whatever. 5, 6, and 7 were switching. I switched those multiple times. It could have been one of those in the top 5, but I just went with Boldy just because I like that so much. But Kenny Mason was fighting for that spot for a minute just because I played those tracks so much. Slip and Flip, you know, a lot of them were just so catchy. So
Spin and Flip. You never get that name right, bro.
I'm going to mess up a title every video. I probably messed up one of the album titles too. It is what it is. I'm keeping it in.
Yeah, I feel like Kenny and Smino are like the 2 like highest like rap fusion albums, you know, like where they experimented with other genres. I have a lot of those in here. I got AG Club like in the like 20s in there, and then I got Brockhampton. I got them down in the 30s with TM, you know. So I got some other genre fusions, but these are really the pinnacles of what rap fusion can be this year. Smino just fucking killing it all year. Wow. Droptober was crazy. Yeah, like you were talking about. You got Kenny Mason with the rock rap, and he's just riffing on shit. He's a real rock star. I went to see him in 2021. Fucking amazing performer. He's going to be on the top for a while. I guarantee it.
I was surprised you didn't have Earl in there.
He's at 18, bro. He's right. He's right outside. I mean, I don't think he had a better album than Lucid.
Lucid. I was, bruh.
Bessie.
The fact that you had that album in there, I'm blown away. I love that album. I should have. It's an honorable mention. It is. I like that album a lot. I'm surprised it really impacted you the way it did, though. You had Billy and him in. A little bit ago, you wasn't feeling Arm & Hammer like that. I love to see it. You know, we all changed. I mean, Future was in my honorable mentions a few years ago. That would never happen. So, you know, your ears changed. You feel me?
I've always liked, you know, New York, East Coast rap since I was a kid. So even though I am a West Coast kid, I always got love for the boom bap and what they can do over there. I mean, they're just super dope MCs. Arm & Hammer has helped me progress my like mind state and like things that I think about, and just way that I think about things, and like the metaphors I use and stuff, like everything, bro. Like I just be thinking about things different when I listen to that type of music. So it's got to be in there, man. Like, it's one of those things that like I put on for a specific state of mind,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. So that's why I had to be on there, along with Billy Woods. Billy Woods was almost on there twice. He was actually 16, right behind it.
Bay's in my heart. That's why I had to fit Larry June in somehow, because I like both of his projects this year. We reviewed this one I did with Nikhil. Shout out to Nikhil. We did that review together. That was a fun one. The replayability on that album was so high for me. I fuck with Larry June. I fuck with the movement, and Jay Worthy is cool too. I'm still shocked you don't really fuck with it that much. I'm disappointed.
Cool, cool,
nah, not cool.
Cool,
that shit was fire.
It's cool,
that shit
bro.
was fire.
I really just like them dudes from Stockton, bro. I had to put my boy. I had to put my boy Slow B on there.
You forgot you had Slow B. That's Bay. That's us.
Exactly.
So, my bad. You had Slow B on there. Shout out to you for having him on there. You started sending me his stuff and stuff.
I had to put him on there just because, man, I've been diving deep into the discography, and man, it's all bangers, bro. Like this man's confidence, bro, is so infectious. He's just like off the wall with like everything he does. He talks about shit. He's just so disrespectful, so open, so honest about shit all the time. I mean, I just really like some of the parts about me that I really like about, just being myself uniquely, not giving a fuck, is really Slowby. So from the Slowby Bryant series to fucking Red Mamba, the Barona album, like they're all fire, bro. And it's all like just real slide music. If you fuck with shit like that, where you're just trying to get in that mode, do whatever you want to do. He's just got that uber confidence. That's why I had to put him on there.
I started to like his stuff more once you started to show me some of it and stuff. I wasn't really familiar with him. R.I.P. Slopey, man. I was totally sleepy. You didn't even
know his hits were his.
Yeah, I knew him because of TikTok, but once I was like, oh, that was him, and he was from Stockton too. I was like, oh shit, that makes hella sense why I started fucking with him.
He talks like us. Like that's really why, like a lot of why I connected so easily. It's like if you're from the East Bay, like everybody talks like that. So
okay.
Got Denzel at 4. Why you got Denzel so high, man?
I think that was one of my first album of the year candidates. I think it's his deepest album since Taboo. I think he went in a route. Talk about mental health, again, trauma. He really went into stuff that I wouldn't expect him to get into, especially early on in his career. He's changed the way he makes music so much, and he's opened up so much. He's not as aggressive as he used to be, and this was the perfect album to really display that. Because even with Taboo, I feel like he still had that edge. This one he did, but it was way more like refined. It was way more, he was making songs that were thought out, that were part of a concept. Could be almost, I wouldn't say radio songs, but they were so chill. They were introspective, him talking stuff. He wasn't saying nothing crazy. He wasn't yelling in your ear. It was a good Denzel album. I really like that album a lot.
I feel it when you're talking about disguising the message better. He's really blunt in the earlier parts of his career. And then this one, you got songs like John Wayne, produced by JPEG Mafia, right? Yeah. You get Denzel on a JPEG Mafia beat, and then he's also doing the funky, like, delivery on there. I thought he really went outside of his comfort zone, the way he was using his voice and stuff. So I really liked the album. It had some hits on there. Walking, damn near Song of the Year candidate as well. And same reasons for Kendrick, where it's just talking about the state of the world. Really, he's just so good at capturing a glimpse of like what the year is like, or what like life is like right now. Early in January, like he did a really good job. So I just think that he paints pictures so effortlessly. I had to put him in my top 5 because one of my top artists since you showed him to me from like N64, right? So and yeah, I see the same progression you're talking about with the toning down, being a little bit more calm, but it's kind of contradictory in how he tones down the volume, but the message becomes more clear and louder as he goes on. So I thought that's pretty cool.
Our top 5, I think we've been messing with those artists for a minute, whether they're taking breaks, whether they've continuously dropped music, and we see progression in many different ways. I think Boldy, he showed me he could continuously drop projects. He can continuously use different type of samples, spice up the flow a little bit, and it's still going to be Boldy James. Kendrick showed me that in this decade, hopefully, if he drops more music, he can adapt and he will still sound like Kendrick. Same with Jid, same with Shmino, especially Shmino. Shmino really shook me because, again, he takes a little break, drops some singles that were kind of like reminiscent of his old sound, but showing little hints, and then this album was, this is what I'm doing now. You feel me? Jid dropping a sequel to the Never Story years later and taking that step was crazy too. Of course, we saw it from Jid, but to see him actually do it is fucking wild. I think he's gonna hold it down for years to come. Especially like after the Forever Story, I don't know what else I will want from him because he showed he could do hit songs, he could do the deep songs, he can the rappity songs and make it all flow together and put it all together. And that's why people damn near thought at one point he was Kendrick sounded like, and he's branched off from that so much because even though he still does deep songs like Kendrick, he does it in his own way and he has his own story to tell.
Could have easily been top 5 for me as well.
Yeah, great year for him. He really went off.
Last one that we haven't talked about, Laughing So Hard It Hurts by Mavi. I got 11.
I like that one too.
Yeah, that one definitely deserved to be in there. He's just so calm with everything he talks about. His steady monotone delivery. He's just so cool. Just kind of rap. The songs on here are amazing. I love Hi John, Free Left Feet, Quiet on the Set. You know, sometimes I feel like the artist, sometimes I feel like the director, sometimes I feel like the actor. So most of the time it's the latter. That's the bar. That one's dope. Chinese Finger Trap. Like you go on, and this is really just one of those projects where you got to read it. It's like 38 minutes, but you got to read the entire thing. I think that's one of the bars. She asked me what kind of songs I make. I said, baby, the kind you got to read. So
yeah, Bobby, he definitely makes deep, thoughtful music. This was an impressive album coming off the other projects he's dropped.
He's got Let the Sun Talk, and he's got End of Earth EP.
Yeah, and then this one now. So this was another deep, thoughtful project that I liked. Only reason why I didn't put it on my list and instead it's an honorable mention for me is because these other albums stuck with me way more. It's simply because of that. Because it came out, I think, in a time where I was listening to other stuff. I liked it a lot, but the other albums just kept going for me.
Yep, came out around the same time as Smino, so that makes sense.
Yep, pick and choose.
Makes sense. All right, so we got to the point now where we got to make our top together. What are we thinking?
I'm gonna say
Lil Sims, No Thank You, and I've got Steve Lacy, Gemini Rights.
I'm sorry, bruh. But you know me, like I said, I was focused on hip hop and Lil Sims. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like I said, her album, I think it's gonna be higher for me on this list later on. So I'm gonna stick with her in the 10th spot for me.
Conway the Machine. I don't make mistakes there instead.
I know, cause cause something's gonna get cut. Nah, I'm gonna fight for it. I'm gonna fight for it to keep it on the list because I know it's gonna be higher up on the list later.
All right,
so I'm not gonna change.
He gets one fight for it, bro. We each get one fight for it. So
what? I know what you're gonna do, bro. You're gonna cheese me, but yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you at 9. You don't gotta put it slowly, bro. It's fine. But what we can do, because I know you're not gonna have this high, we can put Future at 9, bro. I never liked you.
No, fight for it. Yeah, as far as like you could argue that to be higher unless you want to really do that.
No, because this is our list, bro. You gotta weigh both these.
Okay.
At the same time.
No. I like the Future album, so it's just a matter of personal preference. So if you want to we'll put Future 9. Okay, so that's 10, 9, and then we're at 8. So what we fighting for at 8? What you trying to put at 8 too?
I have Boldy at 8 right now, but you want to put him higher than that?
I'm gonna move because I know you don't have Pusha T that high, right?
No, I don't have Pusha T in my top 10. He's at 14.
Ooh, so he might actually. I might have to keep him out then. I don't know.
I have to cut it.
What were you trying to put at 8?
Boldy.
I can't do that, bro.
Can't put it that low.
I can't put it that low.
What we can do then, we can put.
It doesn't have to be what we had on our other list too. We can come to agreement with the honorable mention because this list could be a little different if we want. Like,
I'm gonna put an honorable mention. If I'm gonna put number 8 in there, bro, I want to put. It's either gonna be. Oh, this is tough. It's either gonna be Rap Ferreira, 5 to the Eye with Stars, Matt Kami, and the God Farham, the Dollar Menu 4. Those are the ones that I want to put in the A slot.
I gotta rush him with it. Glider with this. I'm gonna put Mock. I'm gonna go with Mock.
All right,
I'm going with Mock.
I'm gonna put Mock in there just because, man, he had a year himself. Duck Style season as well. This one's the Dollar Menu 4. This one, it was one of my favorites. It's a short one, but it definitely is worthy of being in the top 10 list. So
so that's 8. Mock Hami and the God for him. What are we going for 7?
We gotta put Kenny Mason at 7 because I really was or Smino that low.
Okay, so I had him at 7 already, so I'll do that. Kenny Mason Refs at 7. 6.
I'm gonna have to say Smino. He's like, I can't do that, bro. No deal.
Let's put no. You have Bodie Lawlers, but I'm gonna try to put Bodie there. I want to put Smino on the 5. For me, but if you really want to, because I know you haven't said Bodie yet. I don't know if you're just trying to cut that off, right?
No, I'm not trying to cut it off. You can put Bodie there.
At 6.
Right,
I'll give you Smino at 5 then. I'll give you Smino at 5.
Yeah, so because I want Smino top 5, right? But okay, so at 6 we got Boldy James, and then at 5 we got Smino, right? 4 more spaces, and I'm gonna throw a curveball in there because I can. I gotta fight for it, and then you can figure out the last 3. For my curveball, I'm about to throw in there. We're gonna put in Earl sick in there. He's gonna have to go in there, bro.
At 4, wait, you just had this nigga out the list. How are you throwing him in at 4 now? Where does that come from? Where does that come from?
I'm kidding. Bro.
Okay.
I'm kidding, bro.
I'm about to say, nigga, you switching up on me.
No, we still got Billy Woods. We still got Kenny. We still got Jid. We still got Denzel. So we both got Denzel at 4. I think we should just stick with Denzel at 4.
Okay, that's fine. Perfectly fine.
And then at 3, it's going to have to be Jid.
You going to put Jid 3?
Yeah.
You trying to keep Billy that high? Okay. I'm going to say this. Like, this is all this together. I really like Billy. So, I'm not even mad at you at all. Because, putting Billy that high, it makes me happy on the inside. Because I would never expect this from you, a while back. So, I'll let it happen. I'll let it happen. I'm not even going to... Actually, fuck that. Nope, I'm going back. Jid had a great album. It arguably was number 1 for me. So for you to switch that up, you got to give me a reason why. You got to give me something because I know I really like the Billy album, but it is my 6 and Jid is. But we switch things up. So because Cody Blue, nigga, surround sound was dope as a single. Man.
And then he also had the singles leading up to that. Like you had Ski,
yes,
right, and the Clutter freestyle. And then even the track that's not on here, the 16th track that's only on YouTube, right? Like that one's amazing.
It's on the deluxe edition now.
It's on the deluxe now, right? Okay.
So I added that. That's a bonus for the album too. That track's awesome. That's what I'm saying. So
Dance Now, one of the top hits of the year.
Dance Now was.
If I'm looking at it from a commercial standpoint, obviously. I have to give THHB the 2 spot over Billy Woods. It's just this is a view of a micro lens, in my opinion, like of one person and their experience and all that, and then Billy Woods is a macro lens looking at a broader scale. I think something that's much bigger than himself, so it just makes it that much more grand.
Okay,
to me, in my opinion, even though Jid is looking at Atlanta, but Atlanta is a much smaller section than. I feel like, just the general themes and the words that Billy uses and the dark paintbrush that he paints with can't be emulated by anybody else. So it's just like
it's such a unique album. Lyrically, beat wise, it really is. The album's up there. I'll let you put Jid at 3 and I'll put Billy Woods at 2, right? Then yep. And then Kendrick Lamar is our number 1, both was our number 1, so we're going to hold that because, Mr. Brown, the Big Stepper, we thought he was retired. We thought we did a few episodes, I think we were talking about, or at least I said I was worried that it wouldn't be as good or it would be a big fall off. Didn't happen.
Didn't even come close.
Yeah, if anything, he approached a different topic in a way, as far as especially the mainstream, he tackled it in a way where it was a discussion. Magazine cover where they say he's the best hip hop artist of this generation, and I damn near agree. Pimp a Butterfly, Good Kid, Mad City, even Untitled Unmastered, and damn, you know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't miss. He doesn't, to me at least, he hasn't taken a step back. If anything, he's either sidestepped or he's found a way to move forward in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like as he ages, especially as we hopefully continue to get more. It might still go up from here.
So he's wise beyond his years, and I just feel like people like that, he's always going to share his important perspective on shit when he needs to. And some of his stuff that came out in 2012, people still don't realize or still haven't woken up to those messages, right? And stuff he dropped on Damn 2017, people still haven't woken up to those messages. So the fact that we're even able to come here and we're able to get something this grand and just so personal about so many different people, touching so many different people without people even realizing that they could be affected in this way by an album is dope as hell to see. I mean, like nobody could have thought that this was possible until it happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those things
Mm-hmm.
that only Kendrick does. So crazy album. Gonna be my number one. Gonna be slapping it for a long time.
Probably the way he drops music, we're gonna be listening to it for another 4 years, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, but there's like messages and shit that we haven't even broke down yet.
Yeah, that's what happened with Damn. With me, people, people were hating on Damn. I seen people hating on this album. People were hating on Damn, and then years down the line, after he took so long, Damn's not that bad. I mean, I never was on that track, but Damn is an amazing album in its own right, and I think this one is just like with Damn. I was on it from the start, and I think it wasn't as split this time because this album has the statements that you would look for in a Kendrick album. Damn did too, but it was way more covered with, the catchy sound and some of the songs on there. This was in your face, aggressive, noisy sometimes, makes you uncomfortable. And from a mainstream artist, I love it. I want to see more of it, just like Jid. I want to see more of it. This was a great year. Awesome year. A lot of comeback albums. A lot of people continuing to drop good music. Hey, man, a lot of honorable mentions that I might redo this list later and be like, man, I should have had this higher up, but had to do it. So
where was Griselda at, bro? Besides Conway, bro, like he wasn't even.
Westside Gun was fighting for the spot just because I like Hitler's Where's Hermes 10 or 10. I like the tracks on that a lot. I like the Rome Streets. Rome Streets was fighting for that spot too. I like Kiss the Ring a lot too. So it's just, Griselda, one, I had Bodie in there twice. I had Conway and even Benny the Butcher. Almost forgetting about that album. It just, yeah, there was a lot of good music coming from them, but I had to focus on the ones that really stuck with me or really hit. You know what I'm saying? But those albums were great too, and are honorable mentions, of course.
I had 070 Shaken there in my top 20 with You Can't Kill Me.
Yeah. Lupe, hey man, Lupe was in my honorable mentions. He kept popping up as far as when I was making the list. I almost kept him in there, but I couldn't. I know you're a hater. Nas, King's Disease 3.
Red Veil, Learn to Swim.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be 15 for sure, but it wasn't. I had to put Jay Worthy.
Freddie Gibbs, Soul Separately.
Just wasn't as good as the other albums, and I felt like other albums just took that spot because of that.
Death Fame, Quelle Chris.
Another one came out earlier. But amazing album. Dope album.
Dope Knife. The dope one.
Yeah, that one came out so close to the end of the year. I thought I was going to force it in there, but I couldn't just because of length. Just time. It just, even though Lil Sims was because like of time as well, but Lil Sims because it's connecting with me so much, I put it high up anyway. Dope Knife, it's not that it connects with me that much. It's just the songs are really dope and I'm into the way he talks shit. I like talking shit, so it fits perfectly.
Yep.
I'm banging like I got 100 overall rating.
Bro, I think it was crazy, bro. I was like, wow, he really just eviscerating bitches for twerking and shit. Like,
I'm a perfect 10. This is how I get my flex. The way he be rapping, bro.
It reminded me a lot of like Run the Jewels, just with like the production style and how he would come on the mic and just yelling and fucking like putting his face in it and shit. AG Club, I had them in the 20s, like I said. That was another one. Never saw.
Yes.
Genre fusion album that I really liked. Nothing like stood out to me crazy lyrically, but definitely as far as flow and then just
what the songs were going for, I think.
What the songs were going for and like the way that they genre blended and then the way that they still kept it hip hop with the calm response just being really good. The way that I think that the crowd interaction is with the entire album. Like we saw them tour for this one. Fucking dope as fuck. They always got that dope element in there, so I had to put them in my honorable mentions.
Rock Forever, man. Milo. I had to put him. He always holds it down for the emo side. Rap to me or like just the poetic, super abstract, like nerdy. I love the way he puts a project together. That was dope. I think he dropped something earlier this year, like in another alter ego, but this one was him again. I like this one a lot. Great year.
Yeah, this one's insane. Saw Baby just released this project. I just need to talk about it real quick. Just get this off my chest, bro.
This nigga needed a thug fix so bad. He's like, Saw Baby right now.
Bro, leak out, bro. Dickie Mouse. If you haven't blessed your ears with Dickie Mouse,
This nigga just said Dickie Mouse,
or fried chicken, or horrible curse, bro.
Saw Baby's a cool cat, man. He's cool. Dickie Mouse. I can't get over.
Listen, bro. It's crazy, bro. Like the way that he does his ad libs and shit are just wild. He's so like off the wall. He always talking about disrespecting somebody, fucking they bitch in the most crazy way in some Nike socks, bro. Just letting his future come out.
Yeah.
Not the Gucci flip flops, it's the Nike socks now, bro. Get on with it, bro. It's 2023, bro. We just messing around at this point. That basically does it for our list. Thank you all so much for checking us out. You can find us on TikTok, you can find us on Twitter, the Hip Hop Babies podcast. Follow us on everything. Like it, comment, subscribe, share it with somebody, share it with your friend. We're gonna post the graphic too. Make sure y'all retweet it for us. Let as many people see our opinion as possible. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Thanks for watching as usual. We appreciate every view, like, comment, whatever, feedback. It's been a great year. Musically, it's been a great year making content. Besides the top 10, I feel like we made a lot of strides. We've, continued to make content. We did our first interviews. We got plenty more to come. We got a lot more videos planned. I'm excited for this year, musically and for us as a community and us as content creators. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, Lee. You know what I'm saying? I got to talk to you personally. We've been sticking through it. You know what I'm saying? We've made content and it's been a great time and I'm ready for more.
Yeah, it's been good, man. We gonna get on our grind and we're gonna put on a show for y'all. Hopefully here soon.
We take our breaks every December, November. We take it like, a little break and then we come back,
Listen. You don't come to this content because I'm not a family man. I am a family man, so yes. I have to give family some time,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna get the whole version of me if I'm not with my people when I need to be with them. So
same.
Thank y'all so much one more time. And thank you, Ray, again. Y'all have a blessed New Year's and we'll catch y'all next time, okay?
Yep.
Peace.
Peace.